So to me, after doing this for so long, I now have the mentality of like, I'm just gonna have fun. I have seen that a career or social media clout or relevancy can truly go away in a matter of a couple of hours.
I gave you guys a hint at the beginning, but I'll go ahead and throw the name out there. It's the one and only James Charles.
I can't get into too much right now, but I found out at Coachella, literally last weekend, that a close friend of mine had basically really fucked me over in ways I could have never expected, and I got sent proof and receipts, and that person admitted it to me that they had done it.
Fame, power, and a fat bank account will change almost anyone.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video, and as you can tell, this video is going to be about James Charles, because if you didn't know what's going on between him, Kayla Malik, and Evan Johnson, it's actually a really big thing that's going on over on TikTok, because James Charles really messed up this time, but you know what? Out of everything, he finally got him a man.
I'm desperate.
I know that that sounds shocking, and you never in a million years thought that you would ever hear me say that, but in this video, I'm gonna tell you how James Charles decided that he was gonna pick up Kayla's abusive ex-boyfriend Evan Johnson and throw Kayla to the wolf, someone that he said is his bestie, and they've done all these videos and stuff together. So in this video, we're gonna go over the timeline of things that happened between James Charles, Evan Johnson, and Kayla Malik. But before we jump into that, here's a word from today's sponsor, Morgan & Morgan.
Imagine this. Suddenly you're in a life-altering car crash and your world is turned upside down. You're dealing with medical bills, lost wages, and pain, while insurance companies lowball you and offer you pennies for your suffering. You try to fight back, but you're up against corporate legal teams with deep pockets. And that's where today's sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, comes in. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with over 1,000 attorneys in all 50 states. Here are some things to consider. Morgan & Morgan recovered $12 million in Florida, stated to be 34 times what the insurance offered, and in Philadelphia secured $26 million, which is said to be 40 times the insurance best offer. And for those seriously hurt, they suggest injuries could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process. You can submit a claim, communicate with the legal team, all from your smartphone. And the fee is absolutely free unless you win. They've recovered over $20 billion for clients. All law firms are not the same. They're the biggest because they win a lot. The process to sign up is very simple. You sign up and Morgan & Morgan takes it from there. Their attorneys equipped with experience and technology will fight for your rights if you become their client, so you can focus on recovery. And they offer support with their team, all accessible right at your fingertips. For those of you that have been hurt, you can visit forthepeople.com/Dustin for more information. Because when you're hurt, remember, Morgan & Morgan is for the people.
Now, before we get into this, I want to play a little game with you guys. I have made a list of people that I believe that are going to come out in defense of James Charles, because they always do for some reason. I want you to leave me who you think is going to come out and defend James Charles in a comment down below. But this is my list, and this is just a small, concise list that I came up with off the top of my head with Nick in about like 2 minutes. So I believe Manny MUA, probably Tana Mojo, definitely Alexis Oakley, the girl that does his makeup and also hangs out with Gypsy Rose, maybe JoJo Siwa, Noah Davis, his roommate, that guy that writes all those weird songs for James that got popular over on TikTok, he's definitely gonna take up for James, maybe Daniel Prada, and probably Joey Graceffa. But you guys, let me know your entries down below. We're gonna make a bingo card and do all that. So I guess I need to tell you guys about who Kayla is and how we got to this point, but Kayla has 15.5 million followers over on TikTok, and she has about 2 million over here on YouTube. Well, Kayla used to date this guy Evan Johnson, and if you know anything about James Charles, he is definitely his type.
And I know I was not the best man. I was stand on that. I was definitely not the best man at all.
And from what Kayla says, he ain't got no money, he can't pay his bills, and she paid for everything through the whole entire relationship. But aside from being a bum, Evan also likes to put his hands on women. Well, Kayla dated him for about 9 months and confided in James Charles everything that she had went through, the abuse, the mental torture, all of that. And they finally ended up breaking up, and Kayla ended up posting 2 videos over 2 hours long detailing everything that she went through, and it is horrific. What this piece of shit Evan did to Kayla, he needs to pay for with like several years of his life in prison. But shortly after Kayla went public with everything that she had went through in this relationship with Evan, she filed legal paperwork and he got arrested.
And for everybody wondering, things have been taken legally, like they have, and there's a court date scheduled. So, but I don't know, my heart is like so heavy
with like so many emotions. Like, it breaks my heart every time I see a message pop up of somebody telling me their story, and it makes me sick that this happens so much. It makes me freaking sick, but I'm so grateful to be the person to really bring up this conversation right now. I'm so grateful that my story is helping other people, and I'm not done, and I keep saying that. Like, I'm not done. I'm not done.
And I'm trying my best not to highlight Evan in this because I hate it when I see news coverage of things like this and they keep talking about the person that perpetrated the crime, but they never talk enough about what the person went through at the hands of the person that committed the crime. But just so you can see what she was dealing with and what Kayla went through, I want to show you just a snippet of how this guy reacted to all this, how he was addressing this situation, and how he talked about Kayla and the relationship that they were in. He just could not take any accountability for anything.
When she said she's not her normal self, like, that kind of didn't sit right with me, because it's like, honestly, like, why would you be with me if you're not your normal self? I mean, I look back at our videos and I look back at all the times we spent together. I really didn't see her not really being herself. I really didn't. I mean, I thought she was herself. She was being comfortable around me. We went and did crazy stuff together. We barely had any dual moments together. But we had all those constant little arguments and bickering. And I think that was just because we spent so much time together where we didn't really take time apart. And that's something I wish I would have done and figured out before I even got with her, was like, hey, work on yourself before you get with her. And that was my mistake.
But now I need to introduce you guys to Zach Sellers. He used to be a friend of Evan's, and he was around for a lot of this stuff that happened with Kayla, and he began to speak up in defense of Kayla after she went public with everything that she had went through. And I forgot to mention a very big detail here. All of these people involved are 20 years old. And I also wanted to remind you that James Charles is turning 26 at the end of this month. But anyway, after Kayla went public with her story and posted her video, Zach started posting these teasers about who it was about and who was involved. And that's when the world found out that James Charles was sleeping with Evan, Kayla's abusive ex.
Hi, sisters! Okay, I know you guys have been waiting for more parts and want the celebrity's name. I wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to reach out to Kayla and Kayla hear from me first, just because this is her story and I know deep down this is going to hurt. I gave you guys a hint at the beginning, but I'll go ahead and throw the name out there. It's the one and only James Charles. I know James is doing very, very well for himself, and a lot of young people look up to him, even my own nieces. I did not think that James was this type of person, but you just never know. You never know. There's a lot more to this story. This is just a brief little thing, me coming on here, just giving you guys the name. And there's going to be so much more coming out along this. But it's just, he needs to be held accountable and he needs to be called out. If I was in this position and I done this, I think I deserve to be called out. And James, if you're watching this, you deserve to be called out, man. You know what that man done to her. You guys, you and Kayla were best friends. Like, you all have collabed together and all kinds of stuff. So, man, you know. And then when they break up, you hit up Evan, start talking to Evan. I was with Evan every single day, man, when he come back to Tennessee, when he left Kayla, when Kayla broke up with him. I know everything. I've seen all messages. I've seen all videos. I've seen a lot of proof. I personally have lots of receipts. Come on. But I'm standing for you, Kayla, and I'm here for you, Kayla, and I love you, and I love all of you guys, and thank you for supporting, and there will be a lot more coming.
But here's where James Charles's past is really coming back to bite him in the ass, because over on TikTok, people are going back now, and they're watching No More Lies in this video where James Charles admitted that he's desperate, and they're starting to see the pattern that we've been talking about on this channel for years now. I also wanted to point something out that I've been seeing in the comment sections as well. Kayla is getting some big names talking about this, showing her support, like Trisha Paytas, Oscar Gracie. Kayla is not backing down from James Charles. She's taking every chance she can to call him out, and I am living for it.
I can't get into too much right now, but I found out at Coachella, literally last weekend, that a close friend of mine had basically really fucked me over in ways I could have never expected, and I got sent proof and receipts, and that person admitted it to me that they had done it. And I don't want to the thing is I don't want to talk about it because right now, for at least because I'm still healing, court's coming.
You're dealing with a lot.
And then also for somebody I considered a close friend to really fucked me over and done things I could never do.
Obviously, everything I've covered in this video is a very condensed version of this very, very large, serious conversation. I do have a very large library of videos here on this channel dedicated to James Charles and all the shenanigans that he's gotten himself in over the years. I highly suggest, if you guys really want to know the tea about James Charles and who he is as a person, I knew a very long time ago. Go back and watch my video about James Charles. It's titled James Charles is Worse Than Colleen Ballinger, and you'll see exactly just how manipulative James Charles can be. My whole takeaway from this situation is James Charles hasn't changed at all. Everything that he said throughout the years has completely went out the window. I didn't think it meant anything to begin with. This whole thing definitely shows how grimy of a person James Charles truly is. How are you going to start hooking up with somebody's ex that abused them that you said was one of your best friends, and then just remain completely silent about the situation and not even acknowledge it at all? But there is a lot more to this conversation. Zach actually did an interview with Be Better from TikTok, and he said a lot more that we did not cover in this video, and I plan to react to it. If you guys are into that, let me know down below. It's an hour long, and he completely exposes what kind of person James Charles truly is. So if you guys want that, let me know down below. But if you made it this far in this video and you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like it, and if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing, and be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on this situation. I think that James Charles may actually have his feet held to the fire for once, and it's nice to see. But if you made it this far in the video, leave me the cop emoji down below, because I think James Charles should be in jail as well. That's just my personal opinion. But with that said, I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.